I moved to New York and I didn't know anybody, and I was working with someone and she was like, oh, you need to meet people on the internet. And I'm like, no way, absolutely not gonna do it ever, no. And she's like, I'm sorry, I have hair.
Oh, that's fine.
So she went incognito on me and decided to go on Craigslist and show me all these pictures of random people. Showed me Michael's picture.
I put an ad on the internet for a girl that wanted a gentleman with no bullshit and who wanted to be treated properly.
And I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. He's great. I'm not dating anyone online.
And she answered.
And so she decided to email him pictures of me and tell him that I was interested. And then one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I'm emailing some random guy.
And, you know, after emailing for, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever and talking on the phone.
We met and he picked me up outside of I lived in an all-women's dorm. And he came and he picked me up outside and we were supposed to go to the Angelica on our first date. And he got lost going to the Angelica. And I'm in his car. I didn't know anybody in the city who even had a car, you know? I get in the car, we're supposed to go to the Angelica, he gets lost. Then he's like,
Oh, you want to see the skyline?
I'm like, sure, I've never seen it before, sure.
And I brought her to see the skyline.
He drives me into New Jersey. I'd never been here before. I thought it was like the other side of the earth for all I knew. And I look outside and we park next to the water and it's raining outside and I couldn't even see the city.
She thought I was going to kill her.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like,
She asked me if I was going to kill her.
are you gonna kill me? This is what would happen to me. This is an internet thing. Like, you're from the internet, you're gonna kill me, right?
I told her no.
And he was like, no.
Well, I actually changed my mind when she asked me. My original intention was, but she was so sweet and innocent, I couldn't do it.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
And we just kept talking and it was awesome. We talked about everything from life to catch up. And he asked me to kiss him.
I asked her like a little puppy if I could kiss her at the end of the night.
And it was very sweet and like so nice and was like, can I? And I'm like, can you what? He's like, can I kiss you?
She let me kiss her, so I kissed her.
Yes! It was the most amazing thing ever. And after that I was like, Mom, I met a boy, you know? And yeah, the rest, you know, is history.
We hung out for a while after that, and then
3 months of hanging out and kind of dating, and I decided
she moved back to New Mexico.
I moved home and I didn't talk to him for like 3 weeks. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to anybody in New York. I'm not going back there. It's over with. I'm leaving New York forever.
And I had learned from previous relationships that if somebody had to leave, let them go, do what they gotta do, and if it's meant to be, they'll come back to you.
And then he was very persistent and was like, you know, I just want to be your friend. I just want to talk to you.
And I talked to her for like 6 months every day. I got home from work during the day, emails, sending her music.
And we actually became best friends.
And I don't know, she just kind of became like my best friend, and she wasn't even around, so.
And I don't think we could have had our relationship if we didn't become that close with each other. And for about 6 months I was in New Mexico and he was my only friend, my only outlet, the only person I talked to, asked for advice.
So after like 6 months, I told her, I was like, either I'm coming out there or you're coming out here. I told her, if you come to New York, you can live with me until you find a place, and then we'll date. We'll see how that works.
He convinced me to move back, and the day I moved back, we were instantly connected and like attached, you know? So from there, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been 4 years of absolute bliss.
Oh, it was the most romantic thing ever.
I knew that I wanted to marry her. I knew after very short that I didn't really want to be with anybody else.
And I still get so like giddy about it when I talk to people about it.
I devised the plan.
I think I have the best story. I think I have the best story on earth.
My grandmother she knew I wanted to ask Jess to marry me, so she offered me a ring that was given to her by her best friend when she died. It was her wedding ring.
It was my birthday weekend, and he told me he was taking me somewhere for my birthday, and I didn't know where until the day we left. And the way I found out was he gave me a jigsaw puzzle, and when I pieced the puzzle together, it was his face like photoshopped on top of Mickey Mouse's body.
I devised a plan to take her down to Disney World.
So we packed, we left. The next day was my birthday, and in the morning I'm getting ready, I'm taking a shower, I look like crap, and all of a sudden I see a ring box and a gift and a card.
First I gave her the pump fake in the morning. I gave her the pump fake with the earrings. I'd gotten her earrings, I put them in a ring box and gave them to her first thing in the morning.
And I'm like, what's he doing? Oh my God.
And she thought I was gonna ask her to marry her then, I guess, but
this is how it's gonna happen. Okay, I can do this. So I open the card, I grab the card, and I'm like reading it really slowly, like, are you gonna get down on your knee? Are you gonna do anything, And I'm like reading it, and it's like, I love you so much. You're all I want to be with for the rest of my life. And I'm like, it's happening. It's happening. He's gonna propose. Oh my God. And I'm waiting for him. Get on your knee, do something. And so I close the card real slow, waiting for it to happen. And he's like, there's your gift. I'm like, okay, here we go. And I grab the box and I open it real slow, thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna see a diamond ring. And I open it and it's a pair of earrings.
Gotcha.
So we went throughout the whole day at Disney, walked around, had an awesome time.
And she had a button saying it was her birthday.
Well, towards the middle of the day, it started raining.
And the day was great at the park, but then it started raining.
And he started going crazy and was like frantic and like in a bad mood.
I'd already given a backpack with the ring to the concierge to bring to the other hotel so that it would be ready for me to pick up.
We get there, we go to this like boat, and he's like, oh, I thought that we'd get on a boat for your birthday. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
We were on the boat and the rain had subsided finally when we got to the other hotel.
We get on the boat and there's a driver.
I told the guy, I was like, look, say something 2 minutes before the fireworks go off. So.
And all of a sudden the boat like stops. And he's like, so, we're gonna stop right here. We're about 5 minutes before the fireworks. And I'm like, okay, great, awesome. So we stop and Michael's like, well, I wanna give you your birthday gift.
I gave her present.
So I turn around where the light was and Michael tells the guy, can you take pictures because it's light there,
There was no light on the boat, which I did not anticipate for. So I had a flash on the camera and I'm sorry I keep saying to you and to anybody that's watching the video. I gave her the boat. I didn't give her the boat.
And he's like, sure. So the guy's taking pictures and I'm like opening up my gift over here and Michael's back behind me. And I'm like opening it and it's like
a box of M&Ms that I had personalized to say, I love you very much.
What the hell? M&Ms? So like I look and I'm like digging, like where's my gift,
She was looking at him, and while she was looking at him, I was getting on my knee with the ring.
And I like look closer at the bag, and on the M&Ms it said, I love you so much, and then it says, will you marry me?
And when she realized what was going on, she turned around. She screamed.
And I turned around and he's on his knee.
I asked her to marry me the same way I asked her if I could kiss her the first night, because she always busts my balls about how I asked her to kiss her.
And it was just the most romantic thing anyone could have ever asked for.
She said yes.
And of course I was crying and I'm like, of course I'm gonna marry you,
And I just sat there with the ring like a douche.
And about a minute later, he puts the ring on my finger, and right as he's putting the ring on my finger, the fireworks from the castle went off, and it was amazing. It was the most amazing thing ever.
Long never-ending fireworks.
talking, but only be certain that your physical means. Patience is just another word for getting old. Was there a hint of a vulnerable you there, drift in your eyes? Could it be that the sharp and the blunt side have shifted this time?